Hello everyone. Today, Monday, 14th July 2025. We're just going to review what happened in the markets. So we've got here the weekly. So we've got the weekly for the NQ, ES, and YM. Right. So we've got all the weekly levels set. So what do we notice? So we've got the previous week low, previous week high, etc. All the markers set up. What we've noticed is there is a FVG here in ES and YM. The only one that got tapped into was YM, and we did not have the ES tap into it, or the previous week low also not taken. So something to note there. So if you look at the daily, you could see that the week open was right here. The week close previously was here. So we've got a massive gap. So we've got a new week opening gap. And as you can see, we've got an SMT in the week low being taken. So we're looking, I guess, for longs because of that SMT on the weekly FVG. And so now we're going to go into the 30-minute and take a look. So you could see that right here, 1800, 1800, and 1800 here was taken on ES and YM, but not on NQ. And then we had a sort of a massive power move that breaks the structure, leaves a 30-minute FVG, leaves a 30-minute, and it gets untapped on YM, untapped on ES. You can see that is not actually being tapped, and that all happens below the weekly open. You can see there all of this activity was just manipulation, and then it goes into it, breaks the structure, and then the key point is 9:30, right? So we've also got a 30-minute FVG here and a 30-minute FVG that has not been closed off yet. So those are the ones I've marked off for NQ and ES as targets for longs. Okay, so yeah, so when that 3 o'clock SMT occurs, breaks structure, and now we're looking at entries at New York Open, right? So for now, we'll just focus on NQ. Okay, so as NQ opens, we've got a direct push straight into that 30-minute FVG. So it's digging into that, and then it wants to close below and wants to move towards the 30-minute FVG that was left when we broke structure from that SMT. And all of that coincides with below the weekly open, which is also the day open, below the midnight, below 8:30, and well, 9:30 just opened there, so below that as well. So all of this becomes manipulation. Now, as soon as it closes above here, taps into it, that 30-minute FVG was already tapped into here. This is the second time it taps into it, and then it closes above, and then you would probably look for, if you were, I guess, eager to get into trades, then you'd be here. Else, you would wait for the breaker structure to happen, and that usually happens here. Or if you are confident that you're buying below midnight, buying below 8:30, below 930 with targets of that 30-minute FEG up here, and also the target of the 930 open high there. So then you would wait for this to close above. The first two FEGs, sorry, the first FEG remains open. The first two gets tapped into, and then it gets tapped into again here. And then you would take a TP1 here, and then you can leave a runner for TP2, and that. So let's put the times in. So we had that happen at 9:45, reversal, and the first target was reached at 10:21, and we had the second target reach at 11:04. Something that also coincides with this is that we also had another SMT to say ES did not want to go below the weekly open, and then we also had the 7 to 930 liquidity being taken on the buy side and the sell side, and then it decided to expand to its destination, which ultimately was the previous day high, if you wanted to hold that far high. And we also had the SMT where ES did not take the low or dig into that 30-minute FEG. So ES and YM were looking to go long because they had unfinished business, whereas the one that took the previous day high seems to be NQ, mainly because it was the only one that had the higher time frame SMT, which did not take the 1800 low, and because of the YM hitting the previous week low as well, we were looking for longs basically. So you had entry positions here, all below the 8:30, midnight, and 1800. All coincides that it's just stacking up cash there to go long. Ideally this one should not be traded into. Anyway, I'm also learning, right? So don't take me as, you know, a guru. I'm learning at the same time. This is all back testing for me. This is all confirmation to be ready for any future trades that come up. So I don't want to give no lectures here. We're just looking at what happened today, and that's probably how best to trade the New York morning session, I think. So yeah, thanks very much all. I'll see you tomorrow.